Hi, everyone. Great new study out. It's one that I really looked at intensely because it's something that is important for anyone that exercises, lifts weights, wants to be able to have strong, shapely muscles, or really should be for everyone because as we age, we lose muscle. It's called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. And we need to know what to do to maintain that muscle. One, for the structures, for our bones, we have less pain. For our spine, we don't have low back pain, different neck pain, anything like that. And also for the fact of burning more calories. A pound of muscle can burn up to 100 calories and a pound of fat burns 3. So we want to retain our muscle. This study was done. It was a dose-respondent study between protein intake and muscle strength. Okay, so basically what we're saying is they said, all right, we know that protein helps to build muscle, and we realize that protein doesn't help to build muscle unless you exercise. So that was important with the study. They showed that you need to do some form of strength training to be able to build muscle. It just doesn't happen because you consume protein. But the most important part of the study, because I think we all know that part, is really how much protein should we take for those that lift weights to be able to get the ultimate level of muscle strength and muscle gains, right? Being able to burn more calories because your muscles are stronger. Where's the ultimate level, the highest level of protein? And then what happens if you take more than that? And what they found in the study is that there was a certain limit, a sweet spot to where if you take in this amount of protein, you're able to gain the most muscle possible. And if you take in higher than that, there's a genetic factor there, but it can start to cause problems, especially if you go too high. And so we want to find out what that number is. And then everyone, based on that, do what's best for you. So I'm not saying not to go higher than this number, but where's that sweet spot number that they didn't get any extra benefit of muscle gain with a higher amount of protein? So they performed the study. It was really great. It was a meta-analysis study. It was conducted at Waseda University in Tokyo. They did the study and was published later on in Sports Medicine, open in September of 2022. And to cut to the chase, the muscle strength with resistance training increased by 0.72% per 0.1 grams per kilogram of body weight. And the ultimate level was 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. And so if you take a look at this graph here, you'll see that they saw there was a sweet spot in the curve that once they started taking in up to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram per 2.2 pounds, and I'll get to how you can figure that out here in a second, that's where they got the most muscle gain from strength training. But when they took in more than that, it didn't improve anymore. In fact, in a lot of cases, the muscle strength gains went down, depending on how well a person digests protein, a lot of other factors with it. Some people get away with it, but they don't get any more benefit. They might not have a decrease based on their ability to digest protein, but there is no increase in muscle size. So that's really important to know from a protein perspective. Now, there's things that people take, like steroids and that, to become more anabolic and all these different things. I'm talking about protein intake to be able to help with muscle strength. So let's break it down for you and I, and what does this mean on a daily basis? Real simple. Let's take a 150-pound person. You divide it by 2.2, because remember, a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So if you're 150 pounds, divide that by 2.2, it's about 68.1 something. So 68. You take 68, that's your kilogram weight if you're a 150-pound person, and you times it by 1.5, the high level for protein intake to be able to get the most muscle gain from lifting weights. And that equals to be 102. So it's 102 grams of protein through the day. You try to spread it out through the day, 20, 25 grams at a time would be the ultimate. And there is your intake. And again, a lot of people say, I take a lot more than that. I do a gram per pound and all this stuff. Hey, if it works for you, that's great. But this study is very, very conclusive on the high level, the amount that's needed to get this highest level of muscle strength gain. Anything above that, you might get other benefits for being on a high protein diet. Whatever it might be, you're trying to cut for a show, you might be doing different things, and that's all great, but not for muscle gain. So check it out. Make sure you're taking in pure forms of protein that are pre-digested, like the whey plus collagen or some form that you can trust. Look at your day, count your macros, see where you're at, be able to have the most benefit without causing any issues. Have a great day. Keep chilling.